One of the great things about doing archaeology in the Southwest is that there are living descendants of the people that created all of these archaeological sites that are still with us and that have vibrant communities and cultures that are still going on today. But one of the challenges that we have is that in the 13th century, the Pueblo population of the Southwest really shifted around. People moved quite rapidly to new locations, and large areas of the Southwest were left completely vacant. And as a result, it's been hard for archaeologists to understand how contemporary Pueblo groups relate to the archaeological sites that we know about from areas like the Colorado Study Area of the VEP.
Archaeologists are able to trace the ancestry of Pueblo Indians back to a period of time that we call Basket Maker II, which begins sometime around 1000 BC and goes on up to 500, 600 AD. And modern Pueblo Indians are also a part of that same Pueblo tradition and are continuing to evolve it, continuing to make it work for them in the modern world. Many portions of the northern Pueblo world were depopulated in the 1200s. All of the area that was occupied by farmers in Utah, called the Fremont tradition, was depopulated in the 1200s. That's a vast area. The portions of southern Utah and northern Arizona that were occupied by the Kayenta traditions and the Virgin Anasazi traditions were depopulated. And also the Chaco area, San Juan Basin, was largely depopulated, especially its northern portions. There were, after this depopulation was all done, there were three major areas of Pueblo Indian occupation still surviving. One was in northeastern Arizona in the Hopi country. One was near the Arizona-New Mexico border where the Zuni live today. And one was along the Rio Grande River, both in the northern Rio Grande where we're working and also further south. When populations began to leave the northern Southwest, they probably went to several different areas, depending on where they had relatives, depending on where they had exchange connections. I think that in our northern study area, in the Central Mesa Verde area, most of the people probably went to the northern Rio Grande, and probably many of them are ancestors of modern Tewa groups. However, it's completely possible that some of the people in the Central Mesa Verde area might have eventually ended up in the Zuni area or in the Hopi area, and it's extremely probable that people leaving southeastern Utah and northern Arizona ended up in the Hopi area, or perhaps in a few cases in the Zuni area. One of the interesting things about Pueblo peoples is how they can be so culturally similar, yet still have retained different languages. This is a problem of general anthropology, and it's also a problem of Pueblo culture history, trying to understand that.